All right, we have a Kizer, another Kizer for you guys today. And this is a production model of a custom from RSK Knife Works. It's kind of RS Knife Works, but they kind of go by RSK Knife Works. It's kind of funny. It's kind of like the Medford company, the ASK Tools. It's American Service Knife Company. It's weird. ASK Knives. I don't know. Let's just get back to the Kizer knife. I don't own a huge company, so I should not talk about how people name their things, I guess. You know, when I'm big and rich and have my name on a building or something, I guess then I can comment. But okay, let's get back to the knife. The mini Paragon. Kizer does send you extra screws for the assembly and disassembly if you so choose. They don't include extra hardware, bearings, washers, stop pins, things like that. Just the body screws. And do they give you both body screws and? Yes, they do. Body screws and pocket clip screws. Because these are super tiny, especially the pocket clip ones. I didn't even look. I'm not even sure if those are T6s. They look tiny. But anyway, $60 knife. It's not a bad way to go if you're into the production Kizer stuff. I like Kizer in general. I think they make some good stuff. And this one kind of, at first I was like, it's a little odd, right? Because it's a very thin handle, but a really wide blade. But the more I've handled it and not really used it, but the more I have handled it, carried it, fondled it, if you will, the more I like it. It just really works. And it gives you a big, broad blade in a very comfortable, usable, and manageable handle. A lot of times, like other knives that I've owned, that I don't have right here in front of me to grab, but you've got like the Medford Praetorian, big, wide blade, and a pretty substantial handle. That can be good and bad, right? We don't want a little tiny handle that's wimpy, that's going to twist in your hand or break or anything like that. So you need the strength in your handle to match the blade. And I think this is a really good package right here. It's about $60, give or take. It's 5 1/4 inches closed, 8 5/8 overall with a 3.4-inch blade. Your cutting edge is a little longer on this one because, again, I measure from the very tip, most forward edge of the scale to the tip to get your blade length. This one, the sharpened edge, is south of that, so you get a little bit extra. You get 3.5 inches, 3.58. Weighs in at 6.9 ounces, so it's not the lightest thing, but it's really not that big and bulky. 154 cm, great steel. A lot of custom makers are using 154 cm, and they've been using it for a long time because it's just fantastic. Steel liners, steel pocket clip, I believe. I didn't check the pocket clip. I'm guessing that's a steel pocket clip as well. Works fantastic in the pocket and works great in the hand. Yeah, all around, a really nice knife. 0.017 behind the edge here and 0.024 behind the edge up here on the flat side, where you can really get a lot more strength in the tip for piercing and not prying, because you don't want to pry with your knife, but this is really going to give you that penetration. Okay? I think all in all, it's pretty cool. And I like that it's a production version of a custom. Those are always cool. It's always fun to have the production version and a custom version. One thing that I have noticed on this, and I don't know, does anybody else find knife acoustics interesting? It makes one sound when you thumb open it, and a different sound when you use the flipper tab. And let me go up here to the microphone itself. Thumb, as it didn't deploy because I'm in an awkward position. Here's the thumb. And here's the flipper. To me, it's a little bit higher pitch with the flipper tab. just, it means nothing. I probably wasted 2 minutes talking about it and nobody really cares. To me, it's just an interesting phenomenon that I notice when I'm talking or handling knives. And I've talked about that before too, I think. So here it is with the Sharpie. The famous Spyderco Delica. How about the Kubi KB237 Carve? Favorite budget knife, 40-ish bucks, give or take. Great knife as well. However, I like this stonewashing on this one. Micarta scales, not my favorite. Micarta is not my favorite material. I don't even know if I own any micarta scaled knives. The stonewashing on the blade is fantastic. They've also stonewashed the liners, which are skeletonized, and the pocket clip. So really, the fit and finish on this is really my jam. It has a micarta backspacer as well, which is interesting. But it does tie it all together. Titanium pivot collars, I believe they're titanium. They didn't really say, but I believe they are. And all in all, a little bit of branding. Of course, you've got the logo there, the blade steel, the RSK logo here, the model number. I don't know that we need the model number and the model name and the model number. I don't think we need that on our knives. But that's just me. At least, God, they didn't put the freaking Kizer down the pocket clip. Please, makers, companies, we don't need to brand the pocket clip. I get it. You want the advertising when it's in my pocket. But please don't, because I don't like that, ever. None of it. Never once have I enjoyed that. It always bugs me. The only thing that is kind of acceptable is the way Spyderco does it. They do put their logo on the pocket clip. I would prefer they didn't either, quite frankly, but that's just me. Let me know your thoughts about that down below. And if you made it this far in the video, just type in logo and let me know your thoughts. I appreciate it. Nick from New Zealand, thanks for loaning this in. I really appreciate it. I got a Kizer playlist right up here in the corner for you guys.